determined. We're saying to Krishna, we're not determined. Okay, then you wait a while. Okay, we put on the wait list, so to say. So our only business, by performing sadhana bhakti means bhakti on the rules and regulations, is to attain that desire, that determination to attain Krishna. That's the only thing that should come out of our sadhana practice, that we should become determined to attain Krishna. That's the fruit of it. And so long as we haven't attained that fruit, we should hanker for it. Like, we should have that fruit, and we should remind ourselves that that's our business as practicing devotees, as sadhaka bhaktas. Like, our business is to get that determination. We should always remind us that that's the goal. If we don't have a desire to attain Krishna within ourselves yet, that does not manifest. We haven't developed attachment for Krishna. We should know the point of sadhana bhakti is to develop attachment for Krishna, to attain Krishna. That's the whole goal of it. And if that doesn't come, even after 1 year, 10 years, 20 years, then we have to ask ourselves, are we really putting enough endeavor into it? And we have to focus, and refocus. And this was this verse, 7:28, and we will turn to because there's one more thing here. Because one might ask, well, why is a devotee not interested in pious activities? One may ask oneself, because pious sounds nice, pious is a good thing. We can understand impious activity because you go to hell. But pious activities, the devotee is not interested in pious activities also. So that can only be understood actually by one who's free, who has some understanding of Krishna consciousness, that the devotee, he knows, and as it's being said about Maharaj Parikshit was a great devotee. So he would not be satisfied either by any expression of pious or impious activity, so not impious, but any kind of karma or jnana solution to rooting out sinful desires. So he was only into this point of satisfying Krishna. Like Maharaj Parikshit was on this platform, that his only interest was what would satisfy Krishna. And pious activities, it means generally that there is some desire for some fruit. You want to have some result after your pious activities. You want to attain some high birth, want to go to some higher planet, or you want to achieve liberation. Like that. That's all can become considered as pious, and it is separate from Krishna. It's a separatist. Mood. It's what's that in that canto with Pritak Bhava. It's separatist. It is a separatist mentality, so to speak. You want something for yourself. It's still selfish. So that, and because Maharaj Parikshit was on this platform of only what satisfied Krishna is interesting. So it didn't have any interest for him. So that's how we can understand that devotees, they're not interested in pious activities also, because this Pritak Bhava, it's still within the separatist mentality, and there's no Krishna there. So that way we can understand that for a devotee, even pious activities is not interesting. So this was difficult, because unless we're on that platform, we can't really understand it. It's theoretical. It's still theoretical. But this is the main point in the purpose so far, that Maharaj Parikshit, he rejects Sukadeva Goswami's Karma Kanda and Jnana Kanda solution to how conditioned souls can avoid going to hell as a means for atonement. He rejects these two means for atonement. The Karma Kanda means for atonement, and the Jnana Kanda means for atonement. And today, in this particular verse, Sukadeva Goswami, he gives the bhakti, the real solution. Only a rare person who has adopted complete, unalloyed devotional service to Krishna can uproot the weeds of sinful actions with no possibility that they will revive. He can do this simply by discharging devotional service, just as the sun can immediately dissipate fog by its rays. So that was, I think that was the essence of what was done in Prabhupada. Yeah, so I think I would like to end here. Maybe someone will add some comment or question.
I would like to add a comment. You mentioned that only, well, I don't know what word you use, but liberated person I think you used is the only one who can understand that the devotee is not interested in either pious activities or impious activities. And I listen to Bhagavad Gita in the kitchen every day, so I remember this being said, that one who understands that Krishna is not interested in the fruits of his actions. And correct me if I'm wrong, but then one will automatically also not be interested in the fruits of one's activities.
Well, let's say that the point is that Krishna is not interested, yes, and that's actually one very important understanding, that Krishna doesn't need anything from us. Like, it's actually a understanding that we have, because we're coming from the material world. We think that it's the world of the cheaters and the cheated. So we're always worried that somebody will cheat us. So we're worried that Krishna will cheat us. And when we have this understanding that Krishna is not interested in taking anything from us, then we can have faith. Then we can surrender there. But as long as we think that by surrendering to Krishna we will lose something, because over here that Krishna's name is Hari, he takes away everything. So Prabhupada says that people are generally afraid of going to Krishna and worshipping Krishna, because he said like that, Hari, he takes away everything. So they're reluctant to worship Krishna, because it's stated about him, he takes away everything. Like that, Hari. So in that sense we may say that the real understanding is Krishna, he is all full, he is Purna Brahma. Like he's Krishna's to Bhagavan Swayam. Bhagavan Swayam means he's full in all opulences. Like all wealth belongs to him, all knowledge, all strength, all fame, all beauty, all renunciation. Like that. I don't know if I missed anything. So that understand, Krishna, he's all opulent, he doesn't need anything, he's the source of all material and spiritual worlds. So there's nothing that we have that he needs. So that's actually a very important understanding about Krishna as a person, that he's not a needy person who needs to cheat someone in order to survive or in order to have some satisfaction in life. So this we should try to develop this understanding, that Krishna is actually full in all opulence, and that he doesn't have any interest in what little asset we may have, whatever little wealth we may have, whatever little good qualities we may have. That's not something Krishna needs as such. That's actually a very important thing to contemplate, to understand that point about Krishna. Because generally the tendency is there that we're doubtful that by going to Krishna all our needs will be satisfied. And again, this is the point, that by watering the root of the tree, all the little leaves, all the little twigs will be satisfied. Still, we might not have a full digestion of that idea. That idea may not be totally understood. And because we haven't understood it, we don't endeavor all our endeavors to water the root only. To always consider what will satisfy Krishna here, and then do that. No. You may still think, oh, maybe I should keep this because this is really essential for me. Now, if I don't protect this, then I may be worse off. Like that. That's all like this, like twisted, conditioned understanding that is there. And we may be honest, and it is there. There's no need to hide anything or sweep anything under the rug. Say. Because also Krishna said he's the well-wisher of the truthful devotee, the honest devotee. So there may be some attachment there. But yes, you're very right. That's a very important understanding. So thank you for that comment. Yes, Mother.
You said that Krishna doesn't need anything. That's also my understanding. But then I often think also, why, if he doesn't need anything, why does he expand all these souls from him?
He doesn't need anything. He's self-sufficient. He's Swarat. fully self-satisfied sage whose business is to tend to all others.
He emanates unended, so many souls from himself.
So he does that. Say he does that for enjoyment. Because he wants to have.
Because he wants enjoyment, not because he needs it.
He can. He's completely self-sufficient. He can leave even the association of Srimati Radharani. So he's not. He can also renounce the association of his pleasure potency. So he's God. He is completely self-sufficient. Otherwise, he would be God. Otherwise, he would be dependent on something or someone. So that would make him not God. That would make that which he is dependent on to make that God. So that thing we should understand. But he's not dependent on anyone. But still, he chooses to. It's explained that he has expanded himself, and he's expanded himself for enjoyment. So he has a want, though he doesn't need, but he would like that we offer our bhakti to him. Because he says, if you offer this bhakti, I will accept it. He doesn't say, if you offer me this wealth, I'll accept it. You can offer any amount of wealth, but there's no bhakti there. They will not be accepted. As the example to Yoda. He offered Krishna, come and dine with me. But Krishna he declined. I cannot dine. There's only two reasons for a person who will come and dine with somebody. Either he's very hungry, or that person is offering with love. And I'm either hungry, or you have love for me. Therefore I'm not accepting your invitation. So Krishna says, Patram pushpam palam toyam yoga bhaktya prajati. That bhaktya, if that is there, if it's offered with love, then I accept it. So Krishna doesn't have a need, but he has a want. That he would like that we offer him with love, that we put forward a loving service. That may be accepted, and then we may be benefited. And it's actually Krishna can do without us. What small insignificant spark. How many millions or billions, countless jivas are there, So we're such a small thing. So we should not think that Krishna's world will we should understand that we really need the help of Krishna here. Like Krishna doesn't really. We're insignificant. Was the one devotee who said that, I'm the most fallen. You're not the most anything, you're just insignificant. So in that sense we can think that in the scope of the cosmic creation, that we are very small and insignificant, and we are totally dependent on Krishna. It's not like Krishna has to, really put all endeavors for our sake, like that. There's many others already serving him. But for our interest, now it's for our benefit that he manifests as the Archavidra. He manifests deity form, so we can be benefited. So we can worship him and again come to the point of being benefited by serving Krishna. It's all for our benefit. We chose to leave Krishna, not like Krishna chose to leave us. We're the rascals. Krishna's not the rascal. It's like that. He's all the way been enjoying himself in Golok Vrindavan. With all the devotees who are pure devotees, who didn't want to leave. They've been enjoying themselves all this time, but we're the rascals. So it's only for our benefit that we get to worship Shri Shri Gauranitai, Radha Krishna Murtis, the temples of ISKCON, Srila Prabhupada created, he established. So it's all for our benefit. And that we should have understand. The devotional service we perform is all for our benefit. It's not like Krishna needs it. It's all His mercy. So this understanding should always be maintained, that we don't take anything for granted. Because that's the unfortunate tendency in the conditioned state. We tend to take so many things for granted, and that spoils, that covers the bhakti. We cannot offer any bhakti when we're in the middle of taking it for granted. Our facilities, our opportunities to offer worship. So thank you very much. Should I go? Yes, honest.
No, I just thought also that Radha and Krishna, just like in the material world, that one couple can be so have enough in each other, just like Krishna and Radha. She is an embodiment of love and service, so they could also be happy forever after. But just like a normal family, a husband and a wife, they have so many family members, and then they get children and uncles and like this, and how this enjoyment is increasing when you share it more and more. So for that also, Krishna is want to share that family love.
That sentiment is originally in Krishna. Krishna is not alone like kings are not without his ministers. And that's one important understanding actually, that Krishna is not alone. Like sometimes we have the tendency, oh, we only want to focus on Krishna, worship Krishna, focus all our attention on Krishna, so forget about the devotees. But that's the Kanishta mentality, that one only accepts Krishna and doesn't accept anything else that's in relation to him, who doesn't accept his devotees like that as being important. So that's the beginning, the neophyte mentality. But when one comes further, one sees that Krishna is not alone. He has his internal potency, he has Srimati Radharani, and he has his mother and father, and he has all the associates in the spiritual world. So that is actually, it's also, you can say that's also one spiritual development for us, that we open our minds, that spiritual life means personalism, it's persons we're dealing with. And actually that's also one fault for us, because it says that many countless lives we live in this material world, and we cultivate desires for karma, fruitful activities, and jnana. And our desires, after we've been frustrated in our karma, our sense gratification, it didn't work. Then we got to decide, well, to hell with the sense gratification. Let's just get out of this world. This world is hellish. Let's go to a place where this material world is not. So let's get liberated. Let's become impersonally merged into the Absolute. So that cultivation of that desire at that point, to become liberated, to become nothing, that's also a difficulty actually. That's also a stumbling block, because when we think this only peace, only nothing, that is actually why sometimes we think, well, if we get Krishna consciousness, well then only Krishna, nothing else. Because our mind cannot accommodate too much. Our mind is so shrunk, our mind is so, you can say, narrow-minded, small-minded, we have a small mind. So we cannot accompany much, we cannot accommodate much. So if at least Krishna we accommodate. But then that's not enough even. We have to accommodate, he has others, Krishna is not alone. As you say, there is his internal potency. And there's all the Shaktis of Srimati Radharani, there's the Yashoda, and Nanda Maharaj also. So this broadening the mind like that, expanding the mind, this you get if you study Srimad Bhagavatam. If you just hear about the spiritual world, if you hear about Krishna's associate, let that enter into the ear, then the mind will expand, so that at one point you'll be able to accommodate that Krishna has all facets. That's not only Krishna, but the whole spiritual world is there, all these personalities are there. So that's in Bhagavad Gita's verse where Prabhupada says there's a fear of becoming a person again. That being better than the material world, we have a fear of becoming a person again. No. We tend to want to go into the shelter of the impersonal, where there's nothing, no danger there. Nobody will come and disturb us, nobody will come and hurt us. So we become afraid. To become person again. So, but that is cured actually, if you just hear the description of the spiritual world, how that is perfect and blissful, and how that there's no need to fear there's no need to fear the personal exchanges which are in the spiritual world. In here, the material world, of course, is full of faults, full of cheating, cheaters and the cheated. That is there. But when we hear about the pure activities of the spiritual world, the cheating is not there. If you go there, you will not be hurt. That's perfect. Krishna's world is perfect. So. We'll end with that comment. Shila Prabhupada ki jai, Shila Bhagavatam ki jai.